Welcome to Asian Spirit Tales, where ghost stories and ancient Asian legends come alive. If you enjoy mysteries, spirits, and spooky tales, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Thanks to all ghost fans for your support. The spirits are watching, and so are we.
Title: The Woman of the Snow, Yuki Onna. Long ago, in a remote village nestled deep in the snow-covered mountains of Honshu, lived two woodcutters, Mosaku, an old, kind man, and his young apprentice, Minokichi. Every winter, the men would hike deep into the forest to gather firewood before heavy snow made the paths impassable. One bitterly cold evening, a sudden blizzard swept through the mountains. The snow was so thick, it swallowed the world in white. Mosaku and Minokichi managed to take shelter in a nearby abandoned hut. The wind howled like wolves, and the snow piled high against the door. As they lay wrapped in straw blankets, Minokichi drifted into uneasy sleep. Sometime after midnight, he awoke to a chilling presence in the room. Standing over Mosaku was a tall, pale woman in a flowing white kimono. Her skin was like snow, and her long black hair moved as if underwater. Her eyes were piercing and cold, ice but alive. Minokichi wanted to scream, but his body was frozen. The woman leaned over Mosaku and breathed into his face. Within seconds, his body stiffened. Frost formed around his mouth. He was dead. Then, the woman turned to Minokichi. Her gaze pierced into his soul. "I was going to do the same to you," she whispered, her voice like wind over a frozen lake. "But you are young and beautiful. If you ever speak of what you saw tonight to anyone, I will know, and I will come for you." She vanished into mist, leaving the door open, snow drifting in like ghosts. Months passed. Minokichi told no one about what happened that night. He said Mosaku died in the storm. People believed him. As time went on, the memory of that night began to fade, until one spring Minokichi met a woman named Yuki. She was graceful, with pale skin and long, dark hair. She said she had no family, and he offered her shelter. Soon, they fell in love and married. Yuki was the perfect wife, gentle, kind, and strangely ageless. The villagers admired her beauty, though they whispered, "She is too quiet, too pale, like a statue made of snow." Years passed, they had children, and Minokichi was happy. But sometimes when the snow fell too fast or the wind howled like a cry, he felt that cold again, that terrible night. One winter night, as snow blanketed the village once more, Yuki sat by the fire weaving cloth. Her face glowed in the firelight, eyes dark and deep. Moved by the memory of the past, Minokichi suddenly said, "Strange how you remind me of that night. Years ago, I saw a woman in white. She took Mosaku's life. I was spared, but only because I promised never to tell. I've never told anyone until now." Yuki's hand stopped. The room went silent. The flames flickered. Her voice changed, soft but no longer kind. "So you remembered." Minokichi froze. Yuki stood slowly, her form shifting. Her kimono flowed like snow in the wind. Her eyes, now glowing icy blue, locked onto his. "I warned you," she said, her breath visible even near the fire. "But because of our children, I will not kill you." yet. She leaned in close, her face inches from his. If they ever cry because of you, I will return, and you will wish for the cold of death. In a gust of white mist, she was gone. Minokichi collapsed, trembling. The children woke to find him staring into the fire, his face pale as snow. From that night forward, he never smiled again. He never spoke of Yuki. She never returned. But every time snow began to fall, he would look toward the mountains and whisper, "I remember, and I am afraid." Do you think Yuki was truly a spirit of snow, or just the memory of guilt and fear given form? And if so, how many people have we met that are not what they seem to be?